I have been a massive Star Wars fan for pretty much my entire life. Hell, Star Wars has been one of the only things I've consistently maintained an interest in over the years, besides maybe gaming. It in fact wasn't a phase, Mom, and no, I did not grow out of it. With that being said, I'm quite versed in what is now considered Legends lore ever since the great Disney lore purging of 2014, which rendered most of the peak Star Wars content non-canon. From many of the books to pretty much all of the noteworthy games, I've been there. And that's why today, I'm taking you guys back to the year 2002 to pay respect to your unc's version of Jedi Fallen Order, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast. A game that to this day boasts the best lightsaber combat we've ever gotten in a Star Wars game, and features one of the more interesting and charismatic characters in Kyle Katarn, who is basically Chuck Norris if Chuck Norris were a Star Wars character. Now it's important to note that we're diving right into the middle of Kyle's story, because Jedi Outcast is actually the third entry in a much larger series of games that dates all the way back to 1995. It started with Star Wars Dark Forces, a Doom-esque FPS that laid the foundation. The series continued with Dark Forces 2 in 97, followed by its expansion Mysteries of the Sith in 98. Then came Jedi Outcast in 02, and the final entry, Jedi Academy, which was released in 2003. While each entry is unique in its own right and pushed the series forward with new mechanics and gripping stories to boot, Jedi Outcast holds a special place for me. It's a game I spent countless hours with in my earlier years, and the nostalgia it brings is simply unmatched. Now revisiting it in the modern era with the added challenge of a trophy list feels like the perfect way to relive and honor those memories. 37 total trophies, and most will pop naturally just by making it through the game. To save myself a few playthroughs, I'll be diving balls deep into the hardest difficulty, Jedi Master.
Jedi Master?
That's right, Jedi Master, right off the bat. On top of that, I'll have to be on the lookout for the secret areas, which, as you'll see, are truly the crux of the experience. Why? Because I'm not using cheats. Mama ain't raised no bitch. That means no clipping through levels for easy access. But I'm confident I can get it done. I mean, after all, I've completed harder games. How bad could this really be? The iconic opening crawl, a hallmark of the Star Wars experience. It just wouldn't feel authentic without it. This massive source of nostalgia doesn't just set the tone, but also serves as a handy recap, giving viewers a brief rundown of the events shaping the galaxy at that moment in time. In Star Wars Jedi Outcast, the crawl delivers crucial insight into Kyle Katarn's journey. After the events of Mysteries of the Sith, where he succumbed to the dark side only to be saved by Mara Jade, Kyle has chosen to sever his connection to the Force. Haunted by his fall from grace, he now returns to his mercenary roots, burdened by the weight of his past. Now working as a gun for hire for the New Republic, Kyle teams up with his longtime partner and series love interest, Jan Ors. Their latest mission takes them to the planet Kejim, where they're tasked with investigating a mysterious Imperial remnant base.
Preparing for final approach. Whatever's causing those transmissions, it's not showing up on any of the sensors. This Imperial outpost looks as abandoned as reported.
It's as dead as the rest of Kejim. Mon Mothma must be getting paranoid. She never used to send pros like us out on blue milk runs like this.
Kyle, Jan, greetings.
Mon Mothma, Kyle was just talking about you.
No doubt. I bring troubling information about your mission on Kejim.
I hate it when you say troubling.
We've managed to decode a small fraction of the transmission we intercepted earlier, and, well, listen for yourselves.
I will fire into shadow. First to false installation. We may have to the Valley of the Jedi. Reborn warrior.
The Valley of the Jedi?
Reborn?
We believe this transmission was intended for Galak Fayar, the suspected leader of the remnant forces in that sector. It's probably nothing more than a couple of soldiers telling tales around the glow lamp. But as you are the only survivors of the Valley of the Jedi incident, I thought it only fair to warn you that this mission may be more dangerous than we originally anticipated. Your objectives, however, remain the same. Find out what you can, clear out any remnant forces you encounter, and may the Force be with you.
So much for the blue milk run.
Upon arrival, I assume control of Kyle for the first time and immediately get my first taste of the gameplay. I shot him in the head! First trophy, Kyle shot first. Nice. Oh, come on.
That's one less problem to deal with.
He f***ed me up, dude. Oh, the platforming. I can't do it. Alright. What's behind this door? First secret trophy. First secret. Watch out, Jan. I gotta blow this up. I gotta get a trophy. That's your fault. You're stupid. Got it before it got you. Destroy a trip mine with a blaster shot. So far, so good, man. Easy I don't know about you, Jan. I don't know about you.
Is someone there?
Aiming in this is... Aiming and shooting is a little bit tough. Man, yeah, that's jank, man. I'm already dead! It's the first mission! I'm already dead!
Great.
Oh, what? Oh my god!
Blasters aren't going to do much good against that.
I'll see if I can find a way to get the door open. Wait here, Jan.
It's so funny how they they get yanked off by rubber band physics. That's so funny. That's gonna hurt me. My leg! Cool. Got a trophy.
Did that do it?
Did that do it? He just jumps off.
Stay here, Jan. Cover our back.
That's a lot of stormtroopers. Ow! The gun! The gun!
That's one less
What are
problem
you
to
doing
deal
with the
with.
stun baton? With the gun! So, I gotta elaborate on a comment I made in passing earlier. The shooting in this game leaves so much to be desired. I mean, between the slow projectile fire rate and weird dynamic reticle with its pseudo lock-on that doesn't even function, more often than not, you feel like you're in the movies where nobody, especially the stormtroopers, can hit their shots. Now, immersive as that may be on a meme level, it doesn't quite hit the same when trying to make my way through this game on the hardest difficulty. Thankfully, the enemies are just as garbage with it as I am, so outside of constantly being out of ammo, it doesn't really make the difficulty any more of a challenge to get through. Most of the time.
It's offline. 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 It's offline.
I think it's offline.
At this point, I'm tasked with restoring the power, as well as finding 3 color-coded codes scattered across the map that will unlock the way forward once typed into their respective terminals. It's here that I'd run into what would become the bane of my existence as a PS5 player trying to get the platinum for this game: the wretched save system, which I'm convinced is an Imperial Remnant psyop designed to turn me to the dark side.
Delete a save file. Fucking how? How I gotta do it?
Well, let me tell you how. The game won't let you delete saves from the menu, so every time I fill up my save slots, which happens way more than I'd like to admit, I have to close the game, dive into my PS5 save data menu, manually clear out old saves, and then restart the game.
Are you shitting me?
I wouldn't shit you, DDS. You're my favorite turd.
But sitting here as the present and future version of you, it's my duty to report that the situation does get worse for you, Chief.
Because as you'll see right here, I accidentally deleted the secret save file. The one file I actually needed to track collectible progression. To put it simply, I f***ed myself. And not even one level in, forced myself into a mandatory second playthrough of the game, and I wouldn't even realize it until it was already too late.
But wait, there's more!
Why does it create a second one? That's right, you can't overwrite old save files to prevent creating new ones. Every save shits out a brand new file, whether you like it or not. At this point, I'm not sure if we're dealing with saves or Gizka.
If you know, you know. But eventually we stumble upon a lab where it would seem the Remnant are experimenting on crystals. To what end? We would soon find out.
Lord Desan, this is Admiral Fayar.
Ah, Admiral Fayar, how go our experiments?
As of this moment, they're not going at all. The testing facility on Kejim has been neutralized by a pair of New Republic mercenaries, and they've taken some of the crystals.
Mercenaries? Who?
Judging by their ship and the conversations our cameras picked up, I believe it was the pilot Jan Oz and her mercenary partner Kyle Katarn.
Katarn, eh? This setback could prove to be the answer to all our problems.
I'm afraid we haven't been able to decode any more of that transmission.
Good. If I put the Valley of the Jedi behind me, so can the rest of the galaxy.
So what were the Remnant doing in that lab?
Our scientists believe that they were trying to artificially infuse the powers of the Force into living subjects. Those crystals you're holding are very much like those found in a Jedi's lightsaber.
Spast!
But that's impossible, isn't it? You can't just give people the Force with a machine, right?
Everything we know about the Force tells us that such devices are nothing but the fevered dreams of fools and madmen, Jan. But try telling that to those poor beings you found in that laboratory.
Who were they?
Colonists from Artus Prime, a remote mining world on the far reaches of the New Republic's influence.
Let me guess. Crystal mining.
Yes, we lost contact with them shortly before receiving the transmission from Kejim. Now we fear that the colony has been captured by the Remnant.
Or worse.
Indeed. Without knowing the full extent of the Remnant's plans, or the colonists' plight, the New Republic is uneasy about sending in a full liberation force,
So you'd like us to sneak in, assess the situation, and call in the fleet if necessary?
Yes.
You know I don't like messing with this Force business anymore.
We'll double your usual fee.
We'll take it.
With another fat payday lurking over the horizon for our heroes, we make haste to Artus Prime, where more memes...
From what? Nothing happened! Are you f***ing out of your mind?
And rage awaited. I gotta say, Artus Prime really gave me perspective and reminded me of just how spoiled modern gamers are. Y'all really don't understand just how good you have it. Many titles these days tend to hold the player's hand and lead you exactly where you need to go without you having to really put any thought into what you're doing. These old school games just grind the smegma from your undercarriage with a cheese grater. I you not, I spent close to an hour wandering around this mining outpost trying to figure out what I needed to do before finally giving up and just consulting a guide. Thank God we're not back in the early 2000s where I'd have to wait 8 to 10 business days for dial-up on my Dell desktop running Windows XP to load up a guide on supercheats.com to point my dumbass in the right direction. Finally making forward progress through this network of bug-infested tunnels, I located a drill, pushed through, and spent the next few minutes being gaslit by a trophy that required me to fall into lava, which apparently is easier said than done.
Bye! That's literally lava. How come it didn't give me anything? Fall into lava. What the f*** is that not lava? That's 100% lava. Do we have different definitions of what hot lava is? I did that like 4 or 5 times. You know what it was? I bet you it was because the fall damage was killing me before the lava could do damage, and it was actually the fall that was killing me and not actually falling into the lava. That's probably what was happening.
Sometime later, I free the colonists and through use of aggressive negotiations, convince the base commander to open the door so we can make our grand escape. Using the mounted gun to mow down troopers with a nasty angle on the boys, I take out an ATST and that earns me another trophy. But of course it wouldn't just be that easy, because I then had to make a Hail Mary run across the canyon floor in an attempt to destroy the ion cannons, and more rage ensues.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This game can suck my
I do manage to get the ion cannons out of the way and can finally leave this hellhole and put all this behind me.
Kyle, I've got some trouble here. Hey!
Jan?
Oh, shit.
A prisoner for you, Master Dasan.
Well done, Tavion. Secure her in the cargo hold and prepare her for processing.
This is Dasan, our main antagonist and the reptilian love child of General Scales and Randall Boggs.
Blast them, Kyle!
Kyle? Kyle Katarn? You're the legendary hero who destroyed Jarek at the Valley of the Jedi? You look like nothing more than a bantha herder.
Well, you look like an overgrown Kowakian monkey lizard, so I guess looks don't count for much. Hand her over.
No way, bro.
You desire this woman? Come, take her.
Nah, you can't be serious.
Sit spit.
Wow, you are serious. That's insane.
Run, Katarn!
So this goes about as well as you'd expect. Dasan wipes the floor with us, and after a brief fight, Kyle experiences a canon event.
You're pathetic, Katarn. As a Jedi, you might have proven a worthy adversary. But without the power of the Force, you're not worth the effort it would take to strike you down. Perhaps your woman will prove to be of heartier stock. She certainly couldn't be any weaker than these colonists.
Don't you touch her.
On second thought, Tavion, kill her.
Kyle!
Jan! You want a worthy adversary? I'll give you a worthy adversary.
What are you doing, Kyle?
Don't try to talk me out of this, Father. I need the power of the Valley of the Jedi, and I need it now.
Do you believe that this stream of power will ease your pain? Or that you can safely wield the Force with anger in your heart?
Jan is dead. My anger is all I have left. Anger and revenge.
Is that how she would want to be remembered? With acts of anger and revenge?
No.
Then remember her as she was, and may the Force be with you.
It hasn't been so far.
Quite a bit to unpack there, so let's go back in time for a moment. During the events of Dark Forces 2, Sith Inquisitor Jarek was on the hunt for the Valley of the Jedi, a Force nexus that contained thousands of Jedi and Sith souls alike, making it a concentrated wellspring of energy that could be harnessed by Force sensitives. Long story short, he finds it and consumes its power, but is stopped by Kyle, who runs Jarek's Fade. Alongside Jan, Kyle becomes one of only 2 people who knows of the valley's location, so it falls to them to keep it a secret. Refusing to use its power then, Kyle now goes back on his duty, having severed his connection to the Force and losing Jan, pushing him to do the very thing Jarek desired. Use the valley to reawaken the Force within him once again.
Are you all right?
I'd forgotten what it was like.
It will become familiar to you again in time. What will you do now?
Find the sun, but first I need to get something I left behind.
Your plan worked, Master Dasan.
Yes, Tavion. The death of Katan's woman has driven him mad and delivered the Valley of the Jedi into our hands. Contact Admiral Fayar and prepare the troops.
Look who it is.
The Jedi Academy, sir. Master Skywalker is waiting upstairs for you.
Thanks. I think I can find the way.
Not my 3PO. The voice is that? At least my R2 is consistent.
Making our way through the Yavin base, we witness new apprentices immersed in their training, an order long dead, rising from the ashes anew, under the watchful eye of none other than the legend himself.
Kyle, I've been expecting you.
Skywalker?
You've come for your lightsaber.
Yeah.
After all these years?
Jan's been killed by a Jedi. Goes by the name of
Dasan.
You know?
I sensed a disturbance in the Force. I'll tell you about Dasan while your trial is being prepared.
Trial?
A minor test to determine your fitness to wield a lightsaber again. Even in your relatively unpracticed state, you shouldn't find it too difficult.
Why can't you Jedi ever do things the simple way?
If the ways of the Jedi were easy, there'd be millions of us instead of dozens. Take Dasan, for example. He was born on a planet unused to the wonders of the Force, where his seemingly magical abilities caused him to be feared and shunned by those around him. His childhood was one of loneliness and despair, until a visiting trader discovered him, recognized the Force within him, and brought him to the Jedi Academy.
So he was a student?
Yes. For the first time in his life, Dasan was at peace. He'd found beings who liked him for who he was, beings who encouraged him to develop his talents. Over time, however, things changed.
How?
He became cold, severe. He belittled his fellow students for what he perceived to be their weaknesses, and argued, sometimes violently, with his teachers. During a training session, he struck down and killed a fellow student in cold blood. Dasan said he was too weak to be a Jedi. He fled before we could counsel him, and he has not been heard from since.
Until now.
Yes.
Now, this moment presents a great opportunity to discuss why fans really take issue with Disney's interpretation of Luke. Here, in Jedi Outcast, Luke suggests that if he had caught Dasan, who has committed atrocities against the Jedi Order, he would have tried to counsel him instead of outright seeking vengeance. Compare that to Disney's sequel trilogy, where Luke contemplates killing his own nephew over what amounts to a nightmare about his potential turn to the dark side, an act that inadvertently sets the stage for Kylo Ren's creation. But here's where things get interesting, and where a lot of arguments tend to leave out some context. By this point in the Legends continuity, Luke has already faced his own battle with the dark side. He didn't just brush against it, he fell. In fact, Luke became the Emperor's new apprentice, surrendering himself to the dark side and being consumed by it. It was Leia who pulled him back, becoming a Jedi herself and experiencing her own Return of the Jedi arc in the process. This event fundamentally changes Luke, and while Disney's version of the character definitely isn't the best, Luke also isn't the untouchable paragon of virtue that so many hardcore fans romanticize. He's deeply flawed, scarred, and shaped by failure. But those failures give him insight. By the time we see him in Jedi Outcast, Luke's approach to the dark side has evolved. He no longer sees killing as the first and only solution to confront perceived complete and utter darkness, unlike his underdeveloped Disney counterpart. He knows what it means to fall, and more importantly, what it takes to be redeemed. That's why his reaction to Dasan's actions feels so different from his brief lapse of judgment in Disney's take.
Kyle, I'm sorry about Jan.
Yeah, well, just give me my lightsaber and I'll be out of your way.
As you wish. Your lightsaber is somewhere in the ruined temple to the south. To find it, you'll need to utilize your primary force skills. During your test, I'll see if I can find some information on Dasan's whereabouts. Good luck.
The Yavin trial serves as an introductory tutorial in the usage of Kyle's forgotten force powers. He's got the standard force push, force pull, force speed, and force jump, all of which grow in potency as you progress through the game. Combining all these powers together, I solve a few puzzles and finally get my hands on a lightsaber. No more of that mediocre gunplay.
You've retrieved your lightsaber. Very good.
You've retrieved your lightsaber. Very good.
After all the pain and suffering I've gone through just to get this fucking thing, and that's all you can muster up for me? Fake friend.
I'm ready. What did you find out about the sun?
Not much. With the help of your ship's logs and the Republic's databases, we've tracked down the registry of Dasan's ship to a Rhodian named Rilo Baruch.
Rilo Baruch?
You know him?
Not personally. He claims to be an honest garbage hauler, but he's really one of the most powerful criminal kingpins in all of Nar Shaddaa. Even the Hutts won't touch him.
Sounds like a solid lead.
It'll do.
Kyle.
Yeah?
I just wanted to say how impressed I was with your performance in the trial. Considering how long it's been since you used the Force, I almost expected you to fail outright. You've been to the Valley of the Jedi.
Yes.
Kyle?
I know what I'm doing, Skywalker. If I'm going to defeat Dasan, I'll need the full power of the Force, and I can't afford to spend years of my life retraining myself here.
Kyle, I realize you're in pain, but you must learn to anticipate the consequences of your actions. You and Jan swore an oath to protect the Valley of the Jedi, and now that Jan's dead, you're the only person who knows where it is. If you should fall to the dark side, you could use the Valley's power for unspeakably evil purposes.
Are you saying I can't be trusted?
I'm saying that I want you to let go of your anger before it destroys you.
I don't know if I can do that. But I will give you the coordinates to the Valley of the Jedi, just to be safe.
Well, that's a start, I suppose. Take one of the Academy's vessels to Nar Shaddaa. It'll be less conspicuous. Don't worry. I'll take care of the Raven's Claw until you return.
You're not coming along?
I'm afraid not. I have pressing business of my own to attend to. Good luck, Kyle. I hope you find what you're looking for. May the Force be with you.
Right.
Taking my first steps onto the infamous Nar Shaddaa, I decide to do the most in-character thing for a gruff and tumble man mourning the loss of a loved one, and head towards the local cantina to drown my sorrows, in hopes of maybe obtaining some info about Relo. As these situations usually go, all hell breaks loose when Kyle lets his nuts hang in front of the bartender who says he's gonna contact Relo, but instead locks the bar down, and we become public enemy number one. Successfully ensuring that the entirety of this bar's clientele wouldn't live to sip another drink, the bartender changes his tune like a good little bitch, and the rest of the city opens up to me. But instead of it being a grand sandbox in which I could happily butcher the locals like sand people who kidnapped my mother, it turns into outskirts on Legendary in Halo 2. Countless knuckle Rhodians line the various rooftops with disruptor rifles like sniper jackals, who on Jedi Master difficulty are more than capable of hitting me with the nastiest one-shots you've ever seen.
Bye-bye! And I died! Yo, where? He's way the f*** up there? That's so corny.
No more of that mediocre gunplay.
I want to play Sniper Elite V2, not Star Wars. I want to play Star Wars for it.
But the snipers were only the tip of the iceberg, cause Jedi Outcast was also keen on reminding me of the golden rule of being a pedestrian. Look both ways before crossing the street.
Oh my god, bro.
With arguably the worst level in the game in the rear view, I made it to the landfill. Here I mopped up a couple more trophies before stumbling into a hidden prison system where I located the GOAT himself, Lando Calrissian.
I'm looking for Relo Baruch.
You too? What's the Republic want with him?
A ship of his was involved in an incident on Artus Prime. Remnant stuff.
The Remnant? Blast. Now it's starting to make sense.
What?
Over the past few weeks, a mineral smuggling ring has infiltrated the Cloud City on Bespin. Real slick group, too. They commandeered half of our loading platforms and carbonite chambers before we knew what hit us. No one knows who's behind it, but it's become obvious that Relo's garbage haulers are handling the transports. I came down here to find Relo and persuade him to hand over the names of his employer.
Persuade?
Hey, I can be a charming guy when I want to. After a few bar fights and card games, I hadn't gotten any closer to Relo, but I had begun to hear about a remnant bigwig named Desan. Then I was captured.
Desan?
You know him?
He's a dark Jedi. He and the Remnant have been performing sick experiments on New Republic citizens, among other things.
Like I said, the Remnant connection makes sense. These smugglers are much more organized than the kind of scum we usually get on Bespin. They've got to be Imperials.
Want me to get you out of here?
If it's not too much trouble. You'll need the password to get into Relo's command center and open the cells.
Any idea what that might be?
Yeah, it's Ruby Bleals.
I could go for one of those.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be right back.
I'm not going anywhere.
After a few scuffles and a proper bit of shenanigans, we bump into Relo.
Looking for something?
Not anymore. You're Relo Baruch?
In the flesh. But who are you?
Does it matter?
Not really. Any last words?
What's a respectable gangster like you doing mixed up with a remnant slime like Desan?
Making money, of course.
Surviving his gauntlet and using the switch in his office to unlock the prison cells, we free Lando and make our escape. Everything was going according to plan until the goons swarmed the ship. This is when Lando's weaponized autism failsafe kicked in, and he proceeded to do everything in his power to not only get himself killed, but keep me stranded here.
He f***ing keeps dying, bro. some silly bullshit right here. This fucking grenades suck. Every fucking gun sucks. If Lando weren't a fucking vegetable. Fuck Lando. Fuck him. Look at him just stand there like a dickhead. Fucking move! How are you dead? How? I can't do Fuck you. Fucking bitch.
We're out of here.
That doesn't sound good.
I don't believe it. It's not my fault.
Going somewhere, gentlemen?
You'd better get on the gun and hold him off. I'll have this fixed in a jiffy. Better work. All right, say goodbye to this wretched hive of scum and villainy, and hello to Cloud City.
Need any help?
Just sit back and get some rest. I'll work out a plan to get Desan and his remnant friends out of my city.
On second thought, Tavion, kill her.
Kyle! Ah!
Kyle, wake up.
No, Jen.
Kyle, are you okay?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Good. While you were sleeping, I hailed a new Republic base on Solace. They haven't shown much interest in our little smuggling problem in the past, but now that they know remnant forces are behind it, they're eager to pitch in. A strike team should be arriving on Bespin within a few hours.
No!
I thought you'd be happy to.
They'll tip off Desan.
Then we'll catch him later. Getting Desan isn't as important as clearing the city.
Jan's dead, Lando. Desan and his minion killed her.
Right, I'm sorry, Kyle. Okay, here's what we'll do. I'll drop you off on the lower levels. They've probably been overrun by remnant troops, so watch out. Chances are that Desan's operating from one of the loading bays above level 10, but you'll never get in without the proper access codes. Try to find Carbonite Chamber 17. I've hidden an old R5 unit there with codes to every loading bay in the city.
You always did plan for the worst.
Ever since that run-in with Vader. Anyway, I'll head up top and gather some old friends from the security force. We'll work our way down towards your position. If we're lucky, we can trap Desan before the New Republic arrives.
Hi. Things got pretty intense back on Nar Shaddaa, huh? Well, today's a new day, and we get to go to one of my favorite places in all of Star Wars, Cloud City. Very nostalgic territory for me. I'm ready to have fun. Hopefully you are too. So let's just have a great day together, okay? Just started, bro. I just got on here. I've been recording for 1:05.
Alright, fuck me. Whatever. Thankfully, things took a turn for the better when I had my first encounter with a Dark Jedi, but this time on an even playing field.
You will die.
It's moments like this where Jedi Outcast truly begins to shine. Badass lightsaber duels set against unforgettable backdrops. It's exactly what I've been craving this entire playthrough, and from here on out, I get it in droves.
I don't know who's winning. I got him! That was insane.
Strange. He looked like a Jedi and fought like a Jedi, but his power felt so warped.
That was fun. Okay, we're gonna do this! Let's go. You and me.
You feel. You feel me? You feel You are a coward.
You're a dumb f for throwing your lightsaber. Hey, you moron.
Do you fear me? Do you fear me?
Motherfucker spent too much of that fight running his fucking mouth. Do you fear me? Like, no, bro, no!
And with the help of the Cloud City guards, the shootouts that broke up the duels felt less painful to get through and were even fun at times.
That works. Oh! Hey, wait! Look at him go! Look at him run! Better fucking run. Look at him, little bitch. You're not without a gun in your hand, are you, tough guy, huh? Oh, they got it. I like the grit better. Everybody likes a little bit more grit, you know what I'm saying? Oh! Oh, look at look at how they stand there and hold their hips. That's so zesty. Look at y'all. Oh my god, I'm gonna shoot you. Let me stop. Well, bye. Oh! Oh, see? See? See?
Don't shoot! We're on your side!
What are you talking about? I don't even have a gun!
Do it.
I'm gonna fight the urge because maybe, just maybe, they can cause enough of a distraction to where I don't pull all the aggro, right? Maybe. I shouldn't be trusting the AI this much. I think I won. No, damn it. Oh, they're dead. They're dead. They're dead. They are dead. Oh, they're not dead because they're... Alright. I changed my mind. Huh. That's better. Keep throwing that lightsaber. I'm gonna download that shit. Oh, I told you! Stop playing with me. Ooh, you got me. Got it? It's too easy. It's too easy, dude. Oh! I knew it! Oh, it's mine now, bitch! bitch, what are you gonna do now? Oh, damn it. That would have been hilarious if I got that off.
Do you feel me?
Dude, these Darksiders are so stupid. They just spam saber throw and die. It's so funny. Damn, he's aggressive. Holy shit. Man. Anyways.
Dude, I was having a party carving up all these great value brand Sith. That was until I reached the end of Bespin and had to face a real challenge.
Ah, the prodigal Jedi. Have you come seeking vengeance? Oh, that's not very Jedi-like.
Where's your master, apprentice?
Dasan sends his regards, but he's far too busy in the Valley of the Jedi to personally dispose of his pawns.
What?
You still don't know, do you? Dasan followed you to the Valley of the Jedi. Even now, hundreds of Dasan's loyal followers are drinking deeply from the Valley's power, becoming reborn in the glory of the Force. And we owe it all to you.
Then you killed Jan?
That's right. We killed your woman to make you angry. Angry enough to cast aside your promises and rashly seek out the power of the Valley. Just think of it. Her death and your failure will be celebrated for eons to come as the events that brought about the era of Dasan. Congratulations.
Stop talking!
Whoop this bitch's ass.
I sense your presence.
No way. Okay, she can get out.
What a waste.
Yeah, I agree.
I'ma keep it a buck with you boys. This little goth, trustafarian looking bitch gave me a run for my money.
You okay? I hope you got...
The difficulty spike I experienced here was next level, as my typical strats for dealing with Dark Jedi were completely thrown out the window, and I did not adjust very well.
This is f***ing hard, dude.
I essentially had to get in a lucky hit or two, save Scum, and keep dwindling her down until I eventually won.
Bitch!
Don't! Mercy!
The kind of mercy you showed Jan?
She lives! I can tell you where she is!
Liar! I saw her die!
Think, what did you really see? What did you really hear? Do you believe we'd risk killing one of the only two people who knew the location of the Valley of the Jedi?
Where is she?
That... Holler will take you to our base in the Lenico Belt. That's where Gallic's ship, the Doomgiver, is docked. It's also where he's keeping your woman for further interrogations.
Why should I believe you?
Because I'm not brave enough to die!
Get out of my sight.
What?
You heard me. Go and pray that I find your master before he finds you.
With the news that Jan may still be alive, Kyle informs Lando of the situation and tasks him with finding Luke and telling him that the Valley of the Jedi has been compromised. With that taken care of, we rush to the Cairn installation in search for the Doomgiver flagship.
Kyle. Skywalker. What are you doing here?
Lando told me where you were going.
Then why aren't you at the Valley of the Jedi?
I went to the valley right after you left Yavin 4, Kyle. Dasan
followed me, I know. Does this mean we have a new emperor on our hands?
It may be worse than that. Remember those experiments on Kejim with the Artusian crystals? With the Valley of the Jedi's power coursing through those crystals, Dasan has succeeded in infusing his troops with the power of the Force.
Oh, Sith spit. I think I ran into one of them on Bespin. Are they still in the valley?
Not anymore. I managed to scatter Dasan and his reborn troops, and Rogue Squadron chased away their ships. For now, the valley's effectively sealed off, but we have no idea how many troops Dasan managed to empower before we got there. It could be dozens, but it could be thousands.
And all of them will have Force powers?
Yes, but we've got an advantage due to our training and discipline. Look out!
Look out!
Hey, you there!
Get him, Luke! Get him! Strike him down! Use your hatred! Yes! You're definitely picking up some dark side points, homeboy. Oh, there's 4 of them? Oh, alright, that's all you, Luke. You got that. Better get your ass away from me, bud. That's how I'm gonna win every fight with a Dark Jedi now.
Come back here!
Bro, he's dressed up like one of the handmaidens from episode 1. Haha, gritty man. Get him. Nice.
Something's changed in you. You seem less angry.
Maybe. There's a chance Jan may still be alive on the Doomgiver.
Sometimes even a small hope is enough to defeat the dark side, Kyle.
Listen, Skywalker, there's even more to this than you think. Dasan's working with a remnant scientist named Galak Fyar. They're smuggling something called cortosis here from Bespin.
Damn, that's not good.
Why?
Well, cortosis is a rare mineral that resists lightsabers.
Great.
I'll try and find out what they're doing with the cortosis. You find the Doomgiver. If you run into Dasan, don't try to take him on alone. Now that he's been through the Valley of the Jedi, he'll be more powerful than ever.
Don't worry, I'm not totally crazy.
May the Force be with you, Kyle.
Yeah, you too, Luke.
Given free reign to a space station like this, you know I inevitably get up to some hijinks.
It's raining manna! Hallelujah!
Die.
Push! Push, Kyle! What the f***? Get these goggles off! Get the goggles off! I was sabotaged. I was completely f***ing sabotaged right there. What is happening in there? Just gonna chill for a minute.
I sense you, Jedi.
Yeah, you sense, but do you see?
Hello there.
Oh, he definitely sees.
Eventually, I came to the section of the game that would completely tip the scales and send me down a path of darkness I would never return from.
Love that. Dude, I can't... That's so fucking corny, bro. How am I supposed to fucking snipe them? I'm a sitting duck, and their fucking gay-ass rocket launchers fucking make the goddamn screen shake uncontrollably, even when they're not hitting me. The f is that? Love how I hit him directly with a laser shot and he was still standing there like I didn't just hit him directly with a laser shot. That's awesome. This is so... I want to fucking be a Jedi and do lightsaber shit. I don't want to fucking have sniper fights with rocket launcher stormtroopers. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Star Wars Jedi Knight Sniper Elite. That's what this fucking game is. Ain't no goddamn Jedi Outcast. I spend very little time doing Jedi shit and more time having stupid fucking shootouts. I can't. I want to break something right now. This is so fucking bad. Fucking kiss my ass, dude! Fuck! Fuck! This fucking game! This fucking game!
Now, I've been known to crash out every now and again, but this by far was the worst instance yet. Playing the game on the hardest difficulty, along with constantly having to deal with the garbage saving situation, comboed with always having to revert back to the gunplay, conjured the perfect storm of BS, and it just broke me down. And before you hit my comment section talking about
You can just deflect the rockets back, skill issue,
I'll have you know that I tried that once and had zero success.
I'm gonna try to force push that bullshit away. And if I can't fucking do it and I still die, I'm fucking over it. I'm over it at that point. I don't even have words for it. Can't deflect him back.
Maybe I was getting port diffed or something, but I most certainly tried. Regardless, I got through it, and shortly after, I'd discover what the Imperial Remnant was using the Cortosis for.
What kind of technology is this? Black armor?
Allow me to introduce the Shadow Troopers, who are pretty much Tavion clones on steroids, rocking the new Cortosis weave armor, making them tanky as hell. The armor also has camouflage tech. How about that? On the bright side, encounters with these guys don't happen too often, and taking full advantage of force speed pretty much negates their danger completely.
There's too many of them. I'll never get through this using firepower. Stealth may be a wiser choice here.
Oh my god, no, don't do that to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was playing Jedi Outcast, not pre-patched Star Wars Outlaws.
How?
Under attack!
How? How?
That's Luke and Hassan.
Pathetic attempt.
What the? We're moving.
Kyle, are you there?
Yeah, I thought you said not to fight Dasan alone.
I didn't have a choice. I never even felt him coming. He's escaped onto a ship.
I know. I'm on it.
We need to destroy the ship before Dasan and his army reaches its target, whatever it is. Try to find the ship's communication center and use its sensor array to contact Rogue Squadron. I'll keep trying.
Luke!
Force you.
Cleaving through a plethora of troopers taking full advantage of maxed out force speed, cause it's more or less an I win button, Kyle makes contact with Rogue Squadron.
Rogue Leader, Katarn. Rogue Leader to Kyle Katarn.
Rogue Leader, this is Kyle Katarn.
Katarn, good to hear your voice. We've locked onto your signal and are in pursuit. That is one whaledon of a ship you hooked, Kyle.
Can you bring her down?
Maybe, but I feel a lot better about our chances if somebody on the inside were working to disable the ship's shield array.
I'll see what I can do about those shields, but I've got some unfinished business here.
Understood. Once you get the shields down, make sure you get out of there in a hurry, because there's not going to be much left of this ship once we're done with her.
Don't waste any time on my account.
Good luck, Kyle. Rogue Leader out.
Got it. And on the way to the shields, too.
All crew members prepare to drop out of hyperspace.
With the mission statement now clear, the Doomgiver drops out of hyperspace and right into an all-out dogfight with Rogue Squadron. It's time to get that shield down, and fast, but not before we reunite Kyle with his woman, a task that definitely wouldn't be easy.
Great.
The Doomgiver is loaded down with countless platoons of Imperials, droid walkers, and shadow troopers. The scale of it all genuinely makes you feel like you're single-handedly dismantling the inner workings of a flagship, which makes the long-awaited reunion between lovers feel earned.
Jan.
Well, you certainly took your sweet time.
Whoa!
I don't even know if that's PG!
Hey, it's okay. I'm happy to see you too.
I thought you were dead.
Dead? No. In pain? Yes. Dasan and his thugs must have burned out half a dozen interrogation droids trying to get me to crack.
They wanted to know about the Valley of the Jedi, right?
For the first few hours. Then they dropped the subject and started asking me about the layout of the Jedi Academy.
The Jedi Academy?
Yeah, Dasan seemed obsessed with it.
Oh, no.
What?
I think Dasan's invading the Jedi Academy. We've got to destroy the Doomgiver's shields before he can deploy his troops.
I think I know where it is. Let's go. I'm pretty sure the shield generators are through there.
I know. You get an escape pod ready and wait for me. This shouldn't take long.
Don't do something stupid like die on me.
And put you through the same misery I've been through? Not on your life.
By this point in the game, Kyle's midichlorian count is through the roof, and with all the force powers possibly attainable at my disposal, throwing around stormtroopers is as fun as it's ever been.
Look at these three f***ing clowns. Better than... Yeah, just... Yeah, there you go. Well, better that they killed themselves than sit there and endure what I was gonna do to them, so... Good.
Soon enough, I locate the shield generator and disable it.
Look at this dude.
Catan. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you face to face.
The pleasure's all yours, I'm sure.
The Oz woman thinks quite highly of you. Did you know that? She must have whimpered your name on at least 17 different occasions over the last few days.
Is that supposed to make me angry? I'm past that, Gallic.
Then what if I tell you that even as we speak, Desan is descending on the Jedi Academy with thousands of his Force-enhanced, lightsaber-resistant warriors, eliminating the scourge of the Jedi for all time?
I'd say you're insane.
Insane? Then what about this?
Strike Force 1 to Doomgiver. Eastward assault on Academy grounds proceeding as planned.
Strike Force 2 to Doomgiver. Establishing beachhead outside main entrance.
Strike Force 3 to Doomgiver. Reborn troops advancing on northern perimeter.
Within hours, Desan will have eradicated those annoying Jedi, clearing the way for my ascent as the leader of the new Empire. I, Galak Fayar I, the genius who conceived of the Shadow Armor, will rule the galaxy with a Cortosis fist. Worlds will tremble. Stars will shudder.
Your shields will fall.
Now, you'd think that a full Cortosis Iron Man suit would make evil Tony here a lot more intimidating. But it doesn't. Fayar is insanely easy to defeat, and even though he's got a shield generator, it hardly does anything for him. Utilizing force speed and hitting it from the back is all it takes to drop him.
Got him.
Kyle, this is Rogue Leader. We're about to make our final run, so you better get yourself out of there now.
I was just thinking the same thing.
With Fayar's death and the shield generator down, Rogue Squadron's bombing run sends the ship into zero gravity, and we've got to escape before they completely decimate it. It's an annoying sequence, but I'd much rather do this than platform across a giant pit while troopers take pot shots at me with homing rockets.
Come on, this place is falling apart.
Couldn't happen to a nicer ship either.
If we get out of this alive, remind me never to do that again.
I'm going after Desan. He's probably heading for the heart of the Academy. You coming?
I think I'd be more useful in the air. I'll go to the hangar and join the New Republic troops.
Okay. Try to avoid anyone with a lightsaber.
Good advice, Jedi.
We've come a long way, and now it's time to take the fight to Desan, carving a path through swamp troopers and shadow troopers.
Oh my god, really? What the fuck? Piece of shit.
Let's try that again. Carving a path through swamp troopers and shadow troopers, I find an empty ATST and use it to make my way to the Jedi Enclave. Once there, I help the new Jedi Order fend off the Reborn while they do whatever the hell it is they do.
Me voy a matar, este es mi último. Wii, wii, wii. Me voy a matar. Wii, wii.
We spot Dasan making his way deeper into the training grounds and follow him. And here we are, boys, the point of no return. We're relentlessly taunted by Dasan, who's warped this cave of trials into a giant maze full of dead ends and illusions in an attempt to keep Kyle at bay.
Stand and face me, Dasan.
Then quit running, you f***ing dinosaur, you're a bitch. Can I finally kill Clever Girl here, please?
Welcome, Kyle Katarn. Welcome to the future.
Your future's looking pretty grim, Dasan.
On the contrary, thanks to you, the weakling Jedi who scorned me will soon be erased from history, replaced by a new race of warriors. Strong warriors, warriors who know that the Force is not a shield to protect the useless, but is in reality a weapon to empower the worthy.
None of that's gonna happen, Dasan. Most of your shadow troopers are being mopped up by real Jedi, ones who've been trained to use the Force. The rest blew up with your ship.
What a pathetic ruse. Dasan to Fayar. Admiral? Admiral! Admiral Fayar, I order you to come in at once.
He's dead.
I was wrong with you, Katarn. Your failure as a Jedi hasn't weakened you. It's only made you stronger. Come, join me. You know in your heart that you'll never truly be one of them.
Maybe, maybe not. But I know I won't be alone. How about you, Dasan? Even now, after all this pain, it's not too late. Come, join us.
You sweet fool!
And with that, the final battle begins. And if there's one thing I've learned over the course of my journey through this game, it's that Force speed is your friend. But Dasan is broken, and his ability to just one-shot you is elite. And if he ever decides to choke you, just restart, because you ain't breaking out of it.
And I can't do anything about it. My Force powers aren't coming back. That's f***ing bullshit.
He also loves to spam that ability, which is mad obnoxious, but led to some pretty jank moments. One in particular where I activated speed at the exact same time as his choke.
What the f*** was that?
But through proper save scum manipulation and getting in good hits where you can, he will eventually go down.
Kyle, Jan.
Someday you're gonna have to teach me how to do that.
Thanks for taking care of the Raven's Claw.
It was the least I could do for the pair of mercenaries who saved the Jedi Academy. I know you've probably heard this before, but the New Republic is forever in your debt.
Yeah, where were you at,
Should've
Jedi
known
Master?
It would take a failed Jedi to take out another failed Jedi.
Kyle, you were never a failure.
Luke,
I know. I'll be happy to hold your lightsaber for safekeeping.
No, I think I'll keep it.
Ha! I knew it! Lando owes me 5 credits.
Are you sure this is what you want, Kyle?
Look, I'm not saying I'm ready to join the Academy or anything like that. I mean, Before I do anything, I figure that Jan and I have earned a long vacation on the beaches of Spyra. And after that, well...
After that, we'll see.
Yeah.
Take your time, Kyle. We'll still be here when you're ready.
Thanks, and may the Force be with you, Luke.
So, you remember way back when I deleted that secret save file I told y'all about? Well, that caused me to have to do a second playthrough. And while I could have easily activated cheats and shaved off dozens of hours of playtime, I decided not to, and instead opted to put the game on an easier difficulty and obtain all the secrets organically. This was ultimately an amazing decision for me. As you could obviously tell, my Jedi Master playthrough made the game pretty difficult to enjoy at times, to the point that I just wanted it to be over towards the end. While I am usually a hard difficulty enjoyer in games, I'd be a liar if I said it was always a fun experience. Putting this game on a tamer difficulty allowed me to really appreciate the journey and stop to smell the roses, so to speak. So after another full run with a newly rediscovered adoration for this game, I earned my Secrets trophy, and I couldn't be happier. Now the last thing I had to do was complete a level using cheats, the one thing I've refused to do this entire journey. So, I activated a bunch of cheats, loaded up the first level, and after finishing it, my Jedi Outcast adventure was finally at its end.
There it is, embrace the dark side. May the Force be with you, Kyle. Oh, thank God that's over. Oh my God. Yes!
Now, it's no secret. This game tested me. Hell, I'll admit it even broke me. But through it all, I have to say, it truly was a pleasure to go back and experience a game seemingly long forgotten by the fandom that deserves so much more respect than I feel it gets. It tests your mental, but rewards your tenacity, and tells the tale of such a unique character in Kyle Katarn, who isn't just your standard run-of-the-mill goody two-shoes Jedi, but just a guy with a lightsaber trying to do the right thing. Unless he's played by me.
Piece of shit. There we go.
Thank you all once again for rocking with your boy. I hope you enjoyed this wild ride through a relic of the past. If you did, drop me a like and consider subscribing to the channel, cause I've got way more where that came from. And if you didn't like it, well, f*** you. Now beat it. Video's over. Hugs and kisses and all that shit. See you on the next one.